joined by Bam Bam Tai Tuivasa, competing against Greg Hardy at UFC 264. Very good to see you, mate. How's it going?
Good. Just chilling, waiting to fight.
Waiting to fight. Good stuff. Biggest event of the year, probably. Greg Hardy, very well-known opponent. You're a fan favorite. I think you always have been. Does this feel like the most important fight of your career?
I wouldn't say the most important fight, but it's definitely one with the most odds on it at the moment, yeah.
You enjoying life at the moment? How good does it feel just being on the back of a couple of victories and stoppages as well?
Yeah, loving life. Life's good. Good to be out of Sydney while it's locked down. Good to be able to work. Feel good about winning. Feel confident about this weekend.
Does every fight feel different, do you think?
Yes and no. At the end of the day, it's all the same shit, really. You just get in a cage and get to punch face. Just a different face each time. So kind of the same, really, all the time. But usually, you want to prepare and be the best you can be and try and feel as good as you can.
How do you feel about Greg Hardy as opponent? He wanted this fight. He called you out, and he said as long as you're not an enemy of his, he's happy to have a beer with you after the fight, and he kind of seems to respect what you do.
Oh, he said that? I thought he was saying he's going to split my face open.
Maybe he's switching up in different interviews, but that's what he said to me. As long as you're not an enemy of his after the fight, he said he's happy to have a beer with you afterwards.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm down to have a beer with anyone, man. Fuck, I'll have a beer with anyone. He can pay for
it. Do you think this one has a KO written all over it? Is this fireworks?
Yeah. Well, look, it's two explosive fighters. The way he's been talking about the fight, saying he wants to stand in the ring and bang on, sounds like he's talking about my fight style. So I'm ready.
And what does a win against Greg Hardy do for you in your trajectory, your career, and the top 15?
Just get me back on the ball, really. I'm on a two win streak now. I need that third one, and then I'm gonna, try to fight towards the back end of the year and get up there, one of the top 15s, or whoever they give me.
What do you reckon that you know now that you might not have known when you joined the UFC? Do you feel like a wiser fighter?
Yeah, a lot. Definitely a lot. Definitely one of them is patience. I've learned to be more patient in the cage. I'm always looking for a knockout, yes, of course, but I think when I be patient and when I take my time, it's more of a guarantee to come around.
How important are the rankings to you at the moment?
I don't give a fuck about the rankings, man. I care about my money, care about my pay, care about my son. Rankings is just, do you get paid more if you get ranked? Or I don't know. If that's the case, then I'll better get up there.
How significant has Daniel Cormier been in your career or your recent trajectory?
Yeah, great guy to have on side. Been talking to him today. He's just a great role model, and also even better to have someone in your corner like that. Someone you can ring and ask or anything really. He's a cool cat. I like him. Me and him get along.
How confident are you in your ground game nowadays? I think you've been open in the past that it's not your strongest, and I think everyone knows that your knockout power is your strongest point. But how are you feeling about the ground game?
Well, since my last loss, I've really just worked on my ground, which is like I've said in a couple of interviews before. I think it's about growth and growing and learning in this sport, which I don't think many people knew, but I kind of grew up in the UFC and learning in the UFC. So I'm only just getting started. I feel I'm only young. I'm very young in the sport. I'm very young in the learning part of MMA. And I'm only going to get better.
You're a rugby league guy. He's NFL. Any part of you will get a kick out of kind of smashing him on behalf of your sport versus his?
Oh, if that's it, I'll stick up for the leagueies. Why not?
Do you think with yourself and Alex Volkanovski, maybe rugby league is kind of an underrated base for getting into MMA?
Oh, it's definitely a great base to have. We collide with one another. We run at each other as hard as we can, similar to fucking fighting, contact. You know what I mean? And we're not scared of that contact. We don't wear helmets. We don't wear shoulder pads. We don't wear ball nuts, guards, whatever they are. I don't know. You know what I mean? May as well drive in a car at someone.
Who do you think is the most interesting heavyweight at the moment? I feel like you've got kind of Cyril Gane representing the new generation, and Francis Ngannou himself. I mean, he's in his early 30s, but he's still kind of considered the new generation. You know, who interests you?
Who interests me? People like Derrick Lewis. I don't really. Them guys are having fun and bangers. And Cyril Gane's definitely the future of this of the. Well, at the end of the day, he's going to get past Derrick first. And I'm a banger, and I back my bangers. And you've seen in the past, you don't ever write us bangers off. And I think Cyril Gane's got a hard day in the office with Derrick, to be honest.
Do you think he gets past him?
You think I think Derrick wins.
Do you think, well, Derrick and Francis, they didn't really kind of maybe do it justice the first time round. Do you think second time round, you think Derrick's looking at being the future undisputed champ?
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of Derrick. At the end of the day, we're all heavyweights. Maybe one day we might even fight each other. But I back Derrick. I'll go for Derrick, so I'll pick Derrick. Yeah, why not?
I'm interested. A lot of fans will probably be feeling a bit raw today because England got to the final of the Euros. I know in America, it's not a big sport in America, soccer. But what's your hangover cure? What's the best hangover cure, do you reckon?
Get back on it.
For the finals to come. So
hang on for dear life and go again.
And the main event, how do you see that one going? I'm sure you've been asked many times today, but the trilogy, Dustin Poirier versus McGregor.
Yeah, fan of both. I'm going to pick McGregor, obviously just to keep his name and legacy alive. You know what I mean? I'd love to see him go for a run again. And just a big fan of McGregor and what he's done for the sport. And I love his personality. I like guys like that who have fun and talk shit. So I'll pick McGregor.
Are you a guy who would ever call someone out if you smash Greg Hardy? Will you get on the mic and call a name? Do you think?
Nah, not really. Like I said, when I put Greg Hardy away, I definitely want to go start making my way up and fighting those top of guys again and trying to have a run, wherever I can. But my focus is on Greg, and that's my only focus at the moment.
This is an individual sport, but there's a camaraderie element to it too. Do you think Rob Whittaker comes back to beat Izzy in the second time around?
Another thing, both friends of mine, and I'm gonna have to try back my Aussie, and I hope he does. I hope he does, because hopefully it brings that belt back to Oz. But them two guys, I think the belt is definitely going to stay between Australia and New Zealand, which is a great thing for both of our countries and a great thing for our side of the world. So them two guys are running the ball up for both countries, which are, we're brother and sister countries. So good on both of them. I'm a fan of both and friends of both, obviously.
Last one. I remember when there was so many articles going around about a year ago, wrongly so, that you've been cut from the UFC and you were just winding everyone up. How did you feel about that one? Was that funny for you? I mean, seeing all the different fans jumping into the end, you think like, oh, how could you possibly cut him? And you're on a losing streak. You went in to knock two people out after that. How did you feel about that one?
Well, it was funny to me because what happened was everyone kept writing, oh, you should get cut. They're going to cut you. They cut you, this and that. So it was funny. I put a post up and then I went to sleep. And then I woke up and fuck, the whole world went crazy. I didn't know what happened. I was like, oh shit, I was just playing around. So then I just went along with it.
Well, worked out.
Social media for me, social media to me is fucking just a fun. It's fun. It's a fucking tool to have fun. You don't even know half the people on the shit. So I just have fun with it.
Seems to be a good approach. And you ended up getting back-to-back wins anyway. So, Tai, always good to speak to you, mate. All the best. Have a good one.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate your time. Cheers.